Today I'm going to be talking about probably my personal favorite anime arc of all time. Of course, it's the Land of Waves. You can see Zabuza and the effects right there. So first, I'm going to start off little subtleties I kind of seen there, like with Zabuza's character. Specifically, is this kind of duality. I watched it again recently, kind of for this video. More or less, I was showing somebody else this Naruto, and I decided to show the person Naruto at its peak, in my opinion. But anyway, kind of this weird duality with Zabuza. Can't quite put my finger on it, but his actions are much different than his words. Kind of a hypocrisy, but he preaches, or not really preaches, but he keeps saying shinobi are only weapons and then all this, but you can kind of see the kindness and care he has for Haku, and then later on in the series you find out that he was kind of right to try to overthrow the Kage at that time. And Haku is a wonderful character. Simplicity, of course, the little kind of... Honestly, is it cross-dressing or not? I don't know. But, again, they're kind of poor mercenaries running around. And also there's kind of a subtext that him and Zabuza may have been starving, because you can, this is, the one character you can kind of, see their ribs, and they have a starving look to them, in my opinion. Personal headcanon. But yeah, just this very loyal, but yet compassionate, while being an efficient killer, and an interesting kind of quick twist, because I usually don't like it when the villain kind of holds back, or I don't know if you call Haku a villain, but the kind of, they hold back, and then, oh, this is my next power. But this one just hits different because of the compassion. It's he could have possibly ran through Naruto and Sasuke, made the mission, but the compassion thing, I'm not for sure. And then there's Gato. Even though kind of an understatement of the whole saga, for one, is definitely a precursor to Danzo. No doubt. Just this pure evil, drug lord. Which Danzo, again, being probably one of the best. Or maybe, I don't know, I kind of prefer Hidan as the best pure evil character, but I digress. Gato is just this pure evil businessman. You kind of see what he has done. Because Naruto, in my opinion, sometimes has a problem with showing and not telling kind of thing with a few characters. I may go into that a little bit later, but just a kind of wonderful example of looking at a character, the villains, through a simple, sympathetic eye. In many ways, I honestly consider them the best of the fallen hero that Naruto is extremely obsessed with. But that's a good segue for some of the bad habits it kind of brought in, even though they made sense in them. They made sense, first the fallen hero, and then after this, every villain's a fallen hero. From Orochimaru to Pain to extent, But Pain kind of stayed in that weird pure evil zone kind of thing. Yakuto was the fallen hero, and Pain was kind of evil. But yeah, that kind of wore down. Like, it works well here. It's just kind of wears down after a while when you just keep repeating that part. And of course, Sakura standing outside of the fight. That this I mean kind of makes sense, but like if Zabuza run, it's gonna take a second to get past Sakura, and then Kakashi's probably in him with like a Chidori in his back or something. So I guess it makes sense, but probably they kept going with that a little long. And then of course though, I kind of don't see it as no Jutsu just because of his duality, kind of this compassion when compassion meets merciless kind of thing. His character's kind of hard for me to explain, but this one I don't know. I don't know if Naruto actually no Jutsu'd him or just kind of told him the reality. It's kind of weird. But again, if you want to consider this the no Jutsu start point, this is where it started. And honestly, I did like the fights too. So I'm gonna end this on a good note. The fights, I honestly, even though everybody's like, oh, the Chunin exams, pretty much any arc in Shippuden, kind of liked it because it kind of showed, one, the high level, because Kakashi uses Genjutsu, Ninjutsu, Taijutsu, all kind of at once, a little bit. Even though for some reason, if I remember right, in at least the dub, they say he was he was hypnotized, but hypnom seems to just be Genjutsu in there, because you never see it anywhere else in the story, so I'm gonna say it's Genjutsu in my opinion. And the whole going to another place thing, I understand why they switched to more of the, let's be honest, the Tsunade retrieval arc format, where you're trying to get somebody, because they didn't want to be compared directly with One Piece. I understand that. For those who don't know, it was kind of a thing because One Piece actually had to change Sanji's name. Sanji's name was originally Naruto, so these two, it wasn't like a bad blood thing. It was just they kind of had a similar thinking pattern, and that didn't go too well. And yeah. Anyway, love the arc. It is a fantastic arc. Definitely worth a watch. If you haven't, and even if you had a rewatch, because I personally forgot how good it was. I don't know why, but maybe it was just so far back, and honestly, it was even though it was in my childhood, it was kind of a bad time in my childhood, so I may have forgotten that, and I don't know. But anyway, what do you guys think?